Can you actually make $100,000 a year as a wedding content creator? The answer is yes, but probably not the way most people think. Because the creators making six figures aren't necessarily the most talented. They're not always the ones with the best cameras. And they're definitely not always the ones with the biggest Instagram following. In this video, I'm going to show you the real numbers, the different income levels in this industry, and exactly what separates a creator making $10,000 a year from one making $100,000 or more. And stay until the end, because one of the income paths we'll look at today requires fewer than 20 weddings per year. Most people never realize that's possible. Welcome to Aisle, the authority on wedding content creators. Let's talk about money. Let's answer the question immediately. Can a wedding content creator make $100,000 per year? Absolutely. In fact, some creators make significantly more. But the better question is, how? And that's what we're going to break down. A lot of people still think wedding content creation is a side hustle, something you do on weekends, something you do for a little extra money. And while that's true for some creators, it's no longer the full picture. Today, there are creators building real businesses. Some are earning a few $1,000s a year, some are earning tens of thousands, and some are building six-figure businesses around wedding content. Your income is usually determined by three things: how many weddings you book, what you charge, and how efficiently you operate. Everything else is secondary. Once you understand those three variables, the path becomes much easier to see. Let's start with some simple math, because income isn't magic, it's math. And understanding the numbers is one of the fastest ways to gain confidence. Imagine you're just starting. You book 10 weddings this year, and you charge $1,000 per wedding. That's $10,000 in revenue. Now, $10,000 isn't going to replace a full-time income. But that's not the point. The point is that those first 10 weddings are doing something much more valuable. They're building your foundation. Those first 10 weddings give you experience, confidence, portfolio content, testimonials, referrals, and perhaps most importantly, proof. Proof that you can do this. Proof that people will pay for your work. Proof that a business is possible. Now let's double the volume. 20 weddings, $1,500 per wedding. That's $30,000 in revenue. And this is where many creators begin to take the industry seriously, because the business is no longer theoretical, it's real. At this level, creators typically stop thinking like hobbyists. They start developing systems. They start improving client experience. They begin generating referrals. And they start understanding that pricing matters just as much as content quality. Now imagine 30 weddings, $2,000 per wedding. That's $60,000 in revenue. And suddenly, we're looking at a legitimate full-time business. Not because the creator is working twice as hard, but because they're operating more effectively. Here's one of the biggest misconceptions in the industry. Most people assume six-figure creators simply work more weddings, but that's often not true. Many six-figure creators actually work fewer weddings than you would expect. The difference is pricing, positioning, systems, and reputation. Let's look at a simple example. 40 weddings. $2,500 per wedding. That's $100,000 in revenue. Now, is that easy? No. Is it realistic? Absolutely. Because there are creators doing exactly this right now. And the most interesting part? Some creators reach six figures with fewer than 40 weddings. We'll get to that next. Now let's look at a different model. Instead of 40 weddings at $2,500, imagine you charge $5,000 per wedding. You only book 20 weddings. That's still $100,000 in revenue. Half the weddings, the same income. And here's what's important. Many people assume the highest earners simply work more, but often they're working differently. They're serving a different market, delivering a different experience, and creating a stronger brand. Let's take that idea even further. Imagine two creators. One books 40 weddings and earns $100,000. Another books only 15 weddings, yet earns the same amount. How? Because they're operating in the luxury market. The reality is that wedding content creation isn't one industry. It's multiple industries. Budget weddings, mid-market weddings, luxury weddings, ultra-luxury weddings. And each operates under completely different economics. Many new creators assume couples only care about price, but that's rarely true. Couples are paying for trust. They're paying for reliability. They're paying for communication. And they're paying for confidence. Confidence that their wedding memories will be captured properly. The creator who consistently delivers those things can often charge significantly more than the market average. One of the biggest mistakes new creators make is trying to compete on price. They think lower prices will help them book more weddings. Sometimes it does, but it often attracts the most demanding clients while creating the smallest profit. Many successful creators eventually discover that charging more can actually create a healthier business. Not because they're doing less, but because they're delivering more value. And here's something many people overlook. Not all income has to come directly from weddings. Some creators offer coaching. Some sell digital products. Some earn affiliate income. Some build YouTube channels. Some partner with venues and vendors. Some create educational content. Suddenly, a creator earning $70,000 from weddings may generate another $30,000 from additional revenue streams. Now they're at 6 figures, without booking a single additional wedding. The biggest obstacle isn't talent, it's consistency. Most creators quit before momentum arrives. They shoot a few weddings, they don't see immediate results, and they assume the opportunity isn't real. Meanwhile, another creator keeps showing up, keeps improving, keeps networking, keeps learning. And 1 year later, their business looks completely different. Could you make $100,000 in your first year? It's possible, but it's not the expectation. For most creators, the path looks more like this. Year 1, learn. Year 2, grow. Year 3, scale. That's not a rule, but it's a realistic framework, and realistic expectations are often what keep people moving forward. When you look at creators earning 6 figures, you start noticing patterns. They're professional, they're responsive, they have systems, they market consistently, they deliver an exceptional client experience, and most importantly, they treat wedding content creation like a business, not a hobby. So can you make $100,000 a year as a wedding content creator? Absolutely. But the real opportunity isn't the number, it's the freedom. The freedom to build a business around creativity. The freedom to choose your schedule. The freedom to work in an industry built around some of the happiest days in people's lives. The money matters. But what that money makes possible matters even more. The wedding content creator industry is growing rapidly, and the creators who start learning today will have a significant advantage tomorrow. If you're serious about building a wedding content creation business, subscribe to Aisle. Every week we share pricing strategies, business advice, industry trends, marketing tactics, and real-world insights from the wedding content creator industry. And if you're ready to take the next step, visit aisle.studio. We'll help you build faster than trying to figure it all out alone. See you in the next video.